those
What?
throws and
No,
those
no.
windows.
What made him a good quarterback? No, let me ask you this. Who made him a good quarterback?
McDaniel.
Wrong again. Who made Tua a good
No,
quarterback?
you can't say Tyreek, bro.
Who made Josh Allen a good quarterback?
Hits and hoop season.
Welcome to Hits and Hoops. I'm your host, Tyler, with my co-host, my main man, my pick and roll partner, Dixon Luna. What's good, Chicho?
What's the dealio?
Tonight, we're going into
Right here,
uh,
right now.
the NFL season has come to a close. We got wild card coming in a few days here, but I wanted to go over today some of the focusing on the NFL regular season stuff, something that will remember the season, historically. When we
Season
think
finale.
when we think of the
Final
2025
episode of
season.
Stranger Things type.
You still against Stranger Things, right?
What, those 40-year-old kids pretending to be middle schoolers still?
That one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But I'll still watch it one day because I know it's fire. It's
Yeah, it's
just
okay.
funny to roast. It's just funny to roast.
Yeah, go against society, right? You're just like, no, fuck Stranger Things, man.
I got a little bit of that contrarian Chino disease.
All right, anyways, not to go too far, back to the NFL. So I got a bunch of categories that we're gonna go into, and honestly, it's gonna be rapid fire.
Hold on,
Fate.
before you start, everyone out there, like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. That's it. It's simple. It takes what, a couple seconds?
Yeah, subscribe. You
It's three touches of the phone.
make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple. Favorite game of the year. We're gonna start out with that. We're gonna build up to the most nail biting questions.
I got you.
Favorite game of the year. What you got on your docket?
Man, that's a great question.
You want me to go first? I'll go first.
Nah, I got it.
Oh, okay. You just look like you were thinking
I
about
was
it
just
now.
yeah, no, I was just being mad dramatic because I was like, damn, maybe there's a
Hmm.
last second runner up that I
You were
didn't think
causing
about.
suspense. I see what you did there. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Nah, but I'm gonna have to go with that Chicago versus San Fran game about 2 weeks back. That was one of the better games I've seen last couple seasons. That was just back and forth, two highly explosive offenses, two quarterbacks playing at elite levels. So I would say that Chicago versus San Fran game, I have to say that was week 15.
And that was a game in the calendar that really kind of like, okay, who's gonna come out the NFC, with a bang. And because of that game, it led to San Francisco having a couple more wins after that. So I think that's a great pick. My favorite game, my Super Bowl of this year was the Dolphins Bills when the Dolphins dismantled the Bills.
They did that.
When when A Chain had one of the best games of the
You
year,
reacted to that game.
we reacted to that game, and that was the most joy I've gotten from a game. But when it comes to what was the best game, non-Dolphins, that game you would mention is up there. But the other game I really thought was an amazing moment was Green Bay and Chicago with the
Mm.
game winner in overtime when Caleb had that 50-yard bomb to DJ Moore. Incredible
Oh,
pass.
you talking about that Green Bay Chicago round two?
Round two, yes, the one that
Because
was the
both of
more
them was
recent.
bangers.
Oh yeah, but the game winner 50-yard bomb, one-on-one coverage, DJ Moore makes an amazing catch, and that throw by Caleb
Walk off.
was beautiful. I mean, it couldn't have been a better throw. Couldn't have been a better throw. So
I think that
uh,
was week 16.
was that week 16?
Yeah, I believe so.
Wow. Going to the next category. Who was your favorite receiver this year?
Phenomenal question. A lot of greats to choose from. But if we just talking aura, George Pickens.
Really? Okay.
Like that mic'd up, just you seen that mic'd up. I know you seen it. You
Oh
had to
yeah,
have
of
seen it. That
course.
mic'd
Yeah,
up, like the NFL will never let him mic up again.
probably not.
That's how legendary it was. Like that mic'd up just confirmed everything that he portrayed to be, everything we already thought he was, which is an absolute maniac.
Hmm.
But he just really stepped up, showed himself as a true number one this year. And really just bought out amazing after the catch too. That's underrated about him. Once he gets the ball, he gets freaky, with the ball. Might try to hurdle you for no reason. You're not even
Yeah.
going for his legs. He's just gonna try it.
CD had a lot of injuries this year, but Pickens was the best receiver on the team. That's they traded off, but CD being out so much, he kept that offense fucking rolling, him and
And
Dak.
then when they were both in, that was a lethal offense.
Then they were, yeah, 30 points plus a game.
Yeah.
My favorite receiver this year is Puka by far. He's not the fastest, not the biggest, not the strongest, but man, he can catch like no other. One hand grabs, falling down, open like keyhole windows, reliability, and with him he can run the ball at coming from like a an end around or something like that. Puka was he
Top two
made
receiver this year.
him and Njigma were the top two.
Top two is and they're above everyone else.
They're above everyone, and they're yeah, exactly in their own class. But Puka would took it for me this year. He was a you turned into the Rams not only because they're a great team, but man, Puka is a he he
He's a
he
highlight factory.
he's a
Just
highlight
his
factor.
highlights from this season alone, which we will have to react to.
He had a career year. This is his best year.
And that's another one, like, bro, Puka, he's not gonna try to shake you. He's gonna run through you. So you better be ready to make that tackle. And you really not making that first one.
Favorite defensive player this year.
Oh man, this sounds cliche, but I just love the Myles Garrett historic season, bro. Come
I'm
on, bro.
glad you said that.
We
I'm
just
glad you
gotta
said
give it
that.
up. Like just an all-time season, for a defensive end. And, if you experience the season, if you'll live long enough to tell tales of this season, he really had the sack record pretty much sewed up like by week 15, week 14. It's just teams were going out their way to make sure he didn't get it. And when Pittsburgh lost that game instead of giving him a sack, that was so embarrassing. Like if you saw that game, they were trying so hard to make sure he didn't get it. But yeah, I always have to say Myles Garrett.
That is that was my second choice. So I can't I love that pick. I love that pick. My first choice was Jordan Brooks. And not only because he's a Dolphin, he led the league in tackles this year.
Tag tackle title.
Number one,
Talk to me nice.
186, if I'm not mistaken, around that area. I mean, he had more tackles than Zach Thomas. And, that Zach Thomas is Dolphin legend and had a from a tackling aspect a better tackling than him. But
Wow.
it was just he was everywhere. Every game he was everywhere. Double digit tackles almost every no I had to because of what he averaged. Yeah, he was an amazing player. He's gonna be able to give you some leverage to get some bread because when it
Gotta be
comes
an all
to
pro.
when it comes to what he did this year, him and a few other guys are in that category. So yeah, he was my favorite defensive player to watch this year. Going into another position, what was your top three favorite quarterbacks to watch? Maybe not necessarily the best quarterbacks in the league, but your top favorite quarterbacks
And I want to
that you
let
watched this
people
year.
know, yeah, I want to let people know this isn't what we think is the best. That's a different conversation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This is just our favorite. Number one, I gotta go Shador Sanders. This story started 2 years ago at Colorado, but I just, jumped
Was it
on the
three, two, or
bandwagon.
three?
Maybe 3 years.
Okay.
I just jumped on the bandwagon, haven't been off since, and it's been full of such a ups and downs, and I thought it had a beautiful ending, and I just think so far things have just played out for him. Call it destiny, call it perfect timing, call it luck, whatever it is, it's just perfectly happened to give him at least the opportunity. So that's all one can ask for. Um, Number two, I'm not gonna lie, I love watching that Saints QB room all year long.
Yeah, you're so weird for the Saints, dude. What's up with
Fam,
that?
hold on. First of all, I'm a Spencer Rattler guy.
I don't know why, but yeah, I know.
I
You
take
don't have
him
a
as a
team.
backup any day of the week.
Okay.
As a backup,
Yeah.
any day of the week.
Yeah.
But then this dude came out of nowhere. Tyler Show. I don't even know how to say his last name.
Tyler Shuck. It's not spelled like that, but that's how
Oh,
you
I
say.
thought I was like, damn,
No, no, no.
I really like
You
fucked up.
murdered it. No, 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 no.
I was worried, bro. I was like, yo, I know like I fuck around a lot, but anyways, Tyler Shuck
Yes, sir.
balled out. He completely opened that offense. With Spencer Rattler, he's athletic, but a little bit too much of a game manager. He's not gonna make a mistake, but he's not gonna make the huge play. But this guy came in and just started slinging it. Yeah, I thought, he came in and completely opened that offense. They were scoring, over 20, over 25, and really came out of nowhere. So I would say that's number two for me. And
Can I jump on that real quick? Just to
yeah,
say
of
on Tyler
course.
Shuck,
Nah, go ahead. Yeah.
going into next year, you're not looking for a quarterback if you're the Saints.
Nah.
You're like, yo, we might have something, that we can really build off of. And, let's be honest, they had what was his name? Vital. You had Kamara, which barely played this year, and then Vital, I think it is, or Vital. Their young running back, which eventually got hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe you build the offense around this guy. You keep Olave healthy. You keep Johnson,
Olave
on the
had a
field.
bounce back year. We've seen that it
Yeah,
wasn't Olave this whole time. It's just he had no quarterback.
it was just those concussion balls that he was kept getting.
Oh my
So,
God.
I mean, hey, he had just as many concussions as Tua had, and no one said shit.
Nah, his were bad though.
His were bad.
Like
This
Tua's sometimes we're on some like accidental fall shit. These guys was like, no, he was getting
hammered,
smashed. Pause.
hammered. Yeah. All right, number three.
And this is a funny list because low key, this list is ass.
But it's
But
your favorite. This
but
your
and
favorite.
if you know ball, you'll understand this list. But number three, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, dude,
What?
this guy was a journeyman. This guy was absolute
He is a
ass.
journeyman.
No, this guy
He.
was absolute ass at one point. Like when he was on Miami, like
Oh yeah,
it was bad.
Miami was tough.
It was rough. But Kyler Murray went out. That offense was really bad when he was in it. And that's when they had Harrison and even Wilson. Jacoby Brissett steps in, loses Harrison, and absolutely goes crazy on offense. Yes, I know they lost like eight in a row, but that offense was clicking. That offense was over 20 a game. He was over 250 yards a game. I thought he had a great bounce back story in his career. He might have won himself a starting backup role, if that makes sense.
Starting backup.
Like a second string instead of a third string. You get me?
So like, I mean, because I see Jacoby, whoever takes over in Arizona, he'll if he's back there, which he probably won't be because he could be, but there's going to be a lot of quarterback openings next year, and he's going to go for them. So if he can go to like a place like Minnesota, where like JJ's probably going to get hurt again, you don't get hurt
So, oh,
less.
okay. So you're saying go somewhere to be a backup, but that is likely to start at one point.
Yes, like I'm going to prove myself on a good
Oh, okay.
team.
Yeah, that'd be great for him. And I think, Sam Darnold and Daniel Jones, they really made this shit like trendy. Like this comeback shit is a thing now.
I'm
Like
gonna
they're
I'm
really
gonna
giving
admit it.
guys that chance. So I would say Jacoby Brissett at three, man. I thought he bought out this year. And he made Wilson an absolute stud of a receiver. Like this guy came out of nowhere. Like this
Yeah,
guy was the number one receiver for Arizona this year.
big time. Going with my list. this was a player that was out for 3 months. I think Joe Burrow came back and it was like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
He came back 350, 3 touchdowns. Now the team, that's one thing.
Could have put that up and still lost.
But for him to come back like that, he is the ultimate talent when it comes to quarterback. The position of quarterback, not dual threat, but the position of throwing the ball, classic 2000s, 2010s quarterback. Joe Burrow
Throwback
is
type quarterback.
he is and you could see you went from Flacco to Browning. The team was non-functional, and he came back and made T look like a number one again, made Chase look like a Hall of Famer
Hold on,
again.
Flacco went crazy one game.
Awesome. Give me one game.
It's just, if anything, that just showed you like their offense is mad elite, and then with Joe Burrow, it just takes them to that next level.
I think it all runs on Joe Burrow, though. I think without Joe, like Chase wouldn't be Chase and T wouldn't be T. Because you said one game. When Burrow's there, those boys are eating. And
Yeah.
that I think those three are the only reason why Zach Taylor still has his job is because Chase and Burrow,
Oh yeah, no, Joe Burrow is the only reason Zach
not
Taylor
Browning and
has a
Chase.
job.
Yeah. Going to my second quarterback, and I never was a really big fan of this quarterback. Not that he wasn't good, not that I didn't think he was a great quarterback, but in the last couple years, probably their Super Bowl run, Matt Stafford thought he had an amazing year. I thought he orchestrated that offense, that Rams offense, better than any other quarterback in the league. How he everything was so reliant on him when it comes to just him being a fucking weapon,
Yeah,
sitting behind sitting behind the line. Play action game. I mean, it's a big kudos to Sean McVay too, but it was
sure.
just that offense was just such a machine
His ball
that
placement is second to none.
they rarely made. That game to the Panthers when that they dropped. That was like what the like this is that anomaly game where
Right.
you kind
And
of
even
lose to a
statistically,
subpar.
like this isn't even just a, I think statistically phenomenal season. I think he had like 46 touchdowns or something.
Yeah, over 40 touchdowns, less than I think at one point he had like 3 or 4 picks. The touchdown interception is a big deal, but that offense with those weapons, that was probably one of the best offenses to watch because of his how he orchestrated everything. And then going to our boy, Broward native LJ. I know he's had his issues, but there is not a game I don't watch that I don't love seeing him play quarterback.
Right. And
Even
there's
if
not a game he's not in that his team don't got a chance to win.
he's playing, they got a chance. If he's even when he's at 70% like he was against Pittsburgh the other night,
Yeah.
he's just so captivating. Every play can be a touchdown run, touchdown throw by Lamar Jackson. He's just incredible. I love Lamar. I'm not scared to say it. I fucking love Lamar. Favorite storyline of the year. This is a subject that I had to really, really think about. And it was obvious
You
to
go.
me.
You
It
go
was
first.
obvious. And this is something we've seen the greats do. You talked about this a little earlier, but we've seen the greats on this list in our lifetime break it after break after break. And that's the Myles Garrett story. Following him getting closer and closer and closer to those sack numbers, having that 3 games, that sack with three, having that game with 3 sacks, having that defensive line be so dominant. And it's such a
Yeah.
shame that they didn't have an offense that was a top 15 offense
Such a
because that
shame, bro.
team, that defense, and him anchoring that defense, beating Green Bay,
That defense got dubs versus good teams.
beating good teams because of that defense. He was my and I you turned into the Brown games for Shador because that's your man. I turned into the Browns games for Myles Garrett.
And it was just such a benefit of watching Shador being able to watch Garrett and how he impacts the game, like literally on every play. If you just focus on, even if you don't get a sack, you could tell the offense just shifts away from him.
Yes, and I think one of my favorite, like favorite moments of this year was him getting that 20-second sack. Was him celebrating that sack with
Got
the
to.
stadium. I thought, I mean, I saw Strahan's comments like, "Come on, man, get out of here. You're not that old head yet. You're not that old yet." Jared Allen giving him his props. TJ, come on, like he did that. He did that, and in less
It
snaps,
ain't
and
it ain't his fault how many games it is.
he's playing in the league right now. You can't fault him for that.
And he's a great all-time player. I would
And
understand
this,
if he had like a one-off season. No, this is an all-time great right here.
brother, this is his best season ever. Right now, he's gonna win DPOY.
But that might be his fourth, third or fourth.
I mean, we're talking about probably one of the best defense players of all time,
So
and
what
we're
they're
watching the
saying is
peak right now.
Aaron Donald had the title and then gave it to Miles as he left, once he left.
He had to, yeah,
As like greatest defenders of the generation type shit.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's my favorite story, the saga of the sacks.
Man, my favorite story was a tragedy. My favorite story was cut short. My favorite story was the mystery behind if whether Travis Hunter was going to play both sides of the ball.
Mm,
That was so dope to follow week to week. It was so dope to follow the snap count and to see if he could do it. He was getting better week by week. He was getting more reps on both sides week by week. And just as he was starting to get better, just as he scored a touchdown, just as he got PBUs, just as the team started balling, really, once they really started streaking, he goes
right.
down. And to me, well, that's an indicator that maybe you can play both sides of the ball.
Ooh, I like this from coming from you. Okay.
Maybe it's not that you can't, but maybe that body can't withstand because what do you mean you got injured on the season that your team went 13-3 and you were the second overall pick? Your team started streaking once you left. What'd that say about you? I could really go in, but I'm trying to keep it.
Hold it, hold yeah. Let me reel you back in. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, because Travis, my boy, I really fuck with him. But that whole storyline, and I'm hearing, maybe they just keep him at DB next year, but preferably, I would like to see him at DB as opposed to wide receiver. But that was my favorite storyline following that.
What was the official injury? I don't know if I ever
Who
heard.
knows? It wasn't an end
Gotcha.
game injury. It was just, yo, I
Got
just
you.
need to fix this.
I got you. We're gonna go into some of our best predictions and some of our worst predictions from our big, preview of the season. So I'm gonna get started and we'll go back and forth. Okay. One of this prediction was a in season prediction. I thought after the Colts were 8-2 and Daniel Jones was healthy and the team was really impressive and really rolling through the AFC, especially scheduled to get a little harder, but the quarterback broke his leg and then tore his Achilles or his
His Achilles, wasn't it?
his Achilles. What did I say? I said Achilles.
You said he broke his leg at first, which he
He
obviously
did break
didn't.
his he 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 broke his leg and then Achilles. Yeah, his leg was like partially broken
And he
when they
kept
were
playing.
and he kept playing. Yeah.
Oh, he was.
So after that, I mean, it just went into the tank the whole season. Everybody knew that TJ or JT was going to get the ball a lot more, killed his run game, killed his MVP talk at all. The offense died. Then the defense has constantly come from behind.
I think they
And I
went from
was
like 8-2 to like 8-9.
some wild shit like that. But right as soon as I said that, they fucking tanked. Worst prediction of the year by me.
What was your prediction? That they were like Super Bowl contenders.
My prediction was that after that 8-2, when they had that game and right before Danny DJ got hurt, I thought they were gonna go through that tough schedule and take care of these teams and show like, yo, we're for real here. But then the following week, that's when that transpired. Injury
Yeah.
and then another injury and then a big injury. which is tough. It's a bad look. Bad timing. Nav would not like that.
Their fall off was historic. I ain't gonna lie. Them and the Bucks. That was your worst. What about your best? What about your best
Well,
prediction?
that's one of them. That's one of them. I would say one of my best ones that I had was the big three in Dallas, the Pickens, the CD, the and the Dak combo. I mean, that's that three-headed monster over there, and they 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 did what
No,
what
they
I
were yeah, they were
what
they
kind
were
of say. I compared him to T Higgins and
they were
Chase and
fire.
Burrow, and that was from week one. Against who was it? I don't remember right now, but from week one, you saw it.
Philly.
Was it Philly?
Yeah.
That you saw right from week one. So that was really good. Another one was Tennessee. I was I was way off. I thought it was Callahan's like this was gonna mold Cam Ward into a Pro Bowl quarterback, and it went the opposite.
Shit show.
Shit show. Callahan got fired what, week six, week seven? They were over, bro.
Shit show, bro.
At the end of the season, Cam Ward is throwing a touchdown to fucking Jeffrey Simmons. Like that was like the highlight of the season.
Still ended up having a really solid rookie season.
It was okay. It was okay.
Like for
I
what
thought
he was given,
no, for what he was given, I don't think any quarterback could have had
17
success.
touchdowns, 7 picks, over 3K yards. Of course
He's
with that.
he's very much, very much, very raw, but man, the talent's there. The
The
arm strength is
talent,
there.
yeah.
It's
The
there.
talent is crazy.
If you can bottle that and kind of do what Caleb and Ben Johnson did this year,
Yeah, exactly.
it's there. You just gotta mold it. And then I think this is probably my best one. This will be my last one. Is Detroit. My biggest concern was Detroit was losing your OC and losing your DC. Offensively, I felt like, in my opinion, they were a totally different team. I thought they looked way different.
Predictable.
Now, St. Brown is St. Brown, top five receiver. And then to me, I felt like Gibbs elevated this year.
He did.
That elevation that everybody thought he was going to have, I think he had it.
He
And
did.
because everybody was thinking he was going to have it, it wasn't that big of a deal because everybody thought he was going to have it. But he did. This was his best year of his career. Montgomery was a second option. He won't be there in Detroit next year. But it was just a totally different team. The vibe,
Goff took a step back too.
Golf was a little bit more rattled. I mean, that whole Detroit thing has got to retool because they
The
were, I,
coaches, though, that was the main thing for sure. Because, like you
yeah,
said,
just
the
the
play
OC,
calling.
the DC being replaced isn't always, you cannot pencil
Because when
people.
Ben Johnson was on Detroit, that offense was spicy. That offense was fun. That
And
offense was dope.
that offense was a run first offense. And this year it felt like it was mainly a pass first offense.
Right.
But those are some of my best and worst. What about you?
Man, I'm gonna start off with the bad. I'm gonna say the worst is, I think a lot of people just thinking that Baltimore was gonna keep being great just like they were last year. That Lamar Jackson was gonna be MVP candidate, and I'm not even gonna blame it on the injuries because he was there for a lot of games that they were ass.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I would say, the Baltimore prediction. Um, I couldn't really think of any other ones that I would say I have bad. I'd probably have to relook at one of the episodes, but best predictions that the Chiefs are gonna be ass.
Yeah. You called that like fucking bank shot.
Like, bro, I seen it. I seen the talent. So that was amazing to watch. Um, I think I had another good prediction as well. Oh, that the Dolphins are gonna be absolute ass. I told you, bro. I
You
told
said
you,
four wins.
absolute
I said
Dolphins are
four to
gonna be
seven, 4 to 10.
absolute
They got in the
dog
middle.
shit this year. Huh?
Yeah, they were. I said you said 4 wins. I said 4 to 10, and it was seven right in the middle. We could
There
have
you
won
go.
three more games, but because of lack
There we go.
the terrible, terrible execution in the third
And it
quarter.
was looking like
And
it was gonna be four for a while, but then we turned
oh
it
yeah,
around. We turned around
yeah,
like the last quarter of the season.
there were such a roller coaster, and we're deserving of a 7-10 team. But yeah, we were trash. We getting blown out by the Browns after the Browns were fucking historically bad. I mean, it was terrible. I mean,
Yeah. I think that that record is better than what we were, honestly.
our record could
Because
have
our
been better.
losses were just so bad.
Yes, that was it. The losses was so bad. Like getting shit fucked by the Cincinnati. Like,
Like shit like that was
yeah.
like, bro, if you have close losses, I could live with it.
And the problem with those losses is there's so many moments in that game where we're either holding on to be competitive, and then we just let go, and then the score runs up,
The
and we
game
might get
versus
a
Baltimore, the
we
game
might
versus
get a late touchdown to
Cincinnati,
make it look good. It's like, come
the
on.
two games versus New England, like all this, bro.
Yeah. No, you called that. I mean, we both yeah, you called that. You called that.
Yeah.
What was your biggest surprise of the year?
I think probably the same for everyone, but that Daniel Jones was crazy. Like that
Yeah.
man was league MVP when he was on top. He was league MVP to me. It was him and Baker Mayfield going for it. Like that first, like the beginning of the season. I would say if it was like a chapter, it'd be the beginning. But that Daniel Jones turnaround was crazy to see, and yeah, he's definitely earned himself, franchise quarterback for the Colts now.
You think they sign him long term?
Maybe like a 3 year,
Yeah, like that Baker deal.
1 to 3 years, but like well compensated.
One of my biggest surprise and one of my probably my top three favorite thing that happened this year is the offensive lineman being used as a fullback or a tight end in motion.
Hell yeah.
I think bringing that extra lineman and having more strict being able to use your offensive lineman in a strategic
Yeah, because
motion.
these boys is 5-star athletes as well. That's what people forget. Even the kickers are 5-star athletes. So yeah, let's
It,
use them more.
I mean, I just love seeing an offensive lineman running out there, having a lead block and just flatten two people.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if it's because I'm an offensive lineman coach now,
That's definitely why.
but I love it. I having
But you put me on like that's something I was noticing, but you really showed me like, oh, okay, they're getting really like
they're getting,
creative with the running
yes,
with the running plays.
yes, and I will say, and I'm not a huge fan of him at this moment, but McDaniel, he was one of the pioneers of that shit.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Because
With
that's a trend now.
with Trent Williams and Raheem Mostert and San Fran.
That's a trend, bro. That's a
Yeah.
trend. So it's one thing that I've loved this year, seeing a lot of teams do it now and it working.
Oh
Like
yeah.
the tush push kind of pushed its way out, and now that having your extra offensive linemen to move the line that aren't on the line is a whole advantage. So that was one big surprise that started early in Miami and then trickled out through the league. But I loved it, loved it. I hope to see more. I love when you see football being innovated in real
Right.
time.
Right.
I love that.
Right.
Seeing trends start and then spread through the league, and then seeing the defenses figure it out, to stop it. So it's a weird, it's a whatever. The biggest lessons of this year. Uh, I'll let you start.
Man, my biggest lesson was like, especially an NFL quarterback, just because of the importance of that position, but leadership in sports is a thing, depending on the position. If you a lockdown corner, you a lockdown corner. You don't gotta. If you're a rebounding paint beast, you're a rebounding paint beast. You just gotta do that. But if you're the superstar of the team, if you're Kobe Bryant, if you're D Wade, you have to be a great leader to get to championships. You have to be. Because we've seen all-time greats that weren't good leaders. and they'd never won chips like that. But I really learned that with I would say with the Giants, watching the Giants. At first, I got taste of it with Tua because I seen the talent, but I also just seen, whether it was the post conferences or, his attitude or whatever. But with the Giants, I seen because the Giants started off the year playing with Russell Wilson. Even though Jackson Dart, won over the fan base, even though Jackson Dart balled in the preseason, they started off the year with Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson, since the Seahawks day, was known to never be a good leader. Even when he was going to back-to-back Super Bowls, there was a lot of low-key friction in that locker room. A lot of people didn't fuck with him, thought he was a cornball, thought he was, cockier than need be. He had Sierra, the whole thing, right?
He did land Sierra.
He did that.
He did that.
So, I seen the difference in how the Giants played within the same game
How much they rallied behind him.
between Russell Wilson to when Jackson Dart got the start. Like when Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterbo were playing, they were a fun, low-key dangerous,
Fun.
super random team.
Fun.
Yeah.
Not dangerous. Don't say that. They weren't winning games yet, bro.
They beat Philly, brother. Slow down.
They have 3 wins the whole year, my man.
They beat Philly. I'm talking about, it was a little
I
wrong with
know
Cam.
it was fun, but it was like, okay, you
All right,
already got
dangerous
3
was too much.
concussions.
Dangerous was too much. My fault.
Thank you. All right, I'm bringing you back to earth, bro.
I should have used a better word. But we'll keep fun. We'll keep fun for now.
But it was fun, yeah.
Yeah, no, and I think just seeing like the difference, I'm like, oh man, that leadership shit, especially in the NFL quarterback, is vital. Like for you to take your team to the promised land is vital.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The aspect of the teammates that are bought into the quarterback on the team
How the team plays for you instead
for
of
you, not with
how
you.
you're
For
instead
you.
of how you're playing.
Yeah.
Yes, bro, that's just so real.
So one of the biggest things I learned about this season is that drafting is so much more important than signing free agents. When you hit on your draft picks,
Talk to him.
second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh round players, and there's an abundance of stories. Perfect example, the Legion of Boom. None of those guys were first round picks. They were all mid to late for picks.
All homegrown.
All homegrown. When your drafting is working, you don't need to go to free agency. You pay your own players that you've drafted and grown up, and then the players behind them get better and better. Just there's my examples of this are the Broncos. They've drafted incredible the last 3 years. The Rams, they had one beat from 2000 from the 2001 championship. Every other season, they have Jared Verse. Oh, what about the 2 rookies that they got this year that are going to be on their all-rookie team? Corum, Kyron Williams. I mean, those are not big names, but they're in the game and they're going to play. And the best example, Puka. He was a 5th-round pick, and he's the best receiver in the league 3 years later.
Thanks.
Seahawks. They had another great draft.
Russian. I'm talking about back-to-back great drafts. Like 3 years in a row.
Why are they the 1 seed? Because of that. Not because they signed Tyreek Hill for $30 million. Not because
Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, I'm just giving an example of when you not going out getting the big names.
Yes, like Miami, yes.
Not trading and signing DJ Metcalf for $30 million.
Overpaying, yes.
When your farm system is fucking rolling, you are going to be around the Niners. How many resets have the Niners have? But they're still in Super Bowl contention.
I can't believe it.
It's Green Bay. Why are we still talking about Green Bay? Rodgers has been gone forever. and they're
Oh,
still in.
let me ask you, do you think that's more prevalent in NFL as opposed to NBA? Because I think NBA is a little bit more dependent on free agency, in my opinion.
Yes, yes. But the only problem with that is who the fuck's gonna go to OKC?
Nobody. Not on their
Exactly.
own free will.
So when you draw, I think it's no. I think it's funner in the NBA because you see the player 100 times more. You see the jerseys, the promotion. But when you have your farm system is right, OKC, you're
But really OKC is the only ones. OKC and maybe like
I mean Boston, Tatum and Brown, those are grown guys. They're drafted there.
that's true, but they ain't start winning championships till they started picking up Drew Holiday and
No, no,
Porzingis.
no, no. But they were in Eastern Conference Finals as rookies, second year players.
I think there's no problem to say that in the NFL it's more it's different.
Way different. I mean, yeah, you have
Yeah,
53 players on a roster.
exactly. The draft is way more rounds, way more players selected. So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
My next one,
hold
and
on. I just want to add on
yeah,
the Browns, apart from the QB situation, absolutely crushed
crushed it,
this
crushed it.
draft as well.
Defense and your boy getting your boy Phantom, like he's gonna be
Yeah,
a baller. Unfortunately, Junkins is probably gonna be out next year,
yeah.
most of next year, but baller. Like they've
They
had
got
some
a
really
really
good
good
running
rookie
backs.
receiver too, a burner. I'm forgetting his name.
Next one, A Chain is an absolute top weapon in the league. Over 1,500 yards all purpose, over 10 touchdowns. He's actually said this. He's compared his game similar to CMC.
Got to.
He's another version of CMC. And
Him, CMC, and Jameer Gibbs, they're like the best just gadget
yes,
guys.
best weapons in the league.
Yeah.
And that's a great group. And he proved me wrong in a way because I did not think A Chain was an every down back.
Me neither. He wasn't last year.
He was not last year, but he takes hits as a small guy a lot different than a lot of other
And I
people.
think the offense, even though McDaniel was an innovator, I think last year the offense became a little stagnant. I think this
Yeah,
year he really got into his bag in terms of the running game, the passing to the running back,
yeah,
passing game. And I think that led to A-Chain having, his best year yet.
yeah. Last thing that I learned from this year is that the backup quarterback, I'm jumping off to what you were saying earlier, but I wanted to make this point a little bit longer. The backup quarterback is probably one of the most important positions on a roster now.
100%, bro.
These
Has it
core,
always
if you
been
have
like that?
no, no, not not the okay, not recently, because we're in a quarterback drought right now. I think at a time there was probably a plethora
Talk
of
to him.
of one generation and the other generation kind of overlapping, and we're on that down slope right now. Because now, yo, we got 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks going in the first round, no matter what. I mean, other than this past year, but
No,
you
you're
look
right.
at
There's less great quarterback plays, so that's even harder to find. So it's even more important.
it's
It's
so
like
much more
gold. Like
value,
it's like anything. The less available it is, the more valuable it's gonna be.
right? And people are so hungry to give these younger guys a chance now because those vets in front of them, they're not better than they're not better than those young guys.
And I think, bro, like another thing, I think injuries is just up.
Yeah, bro.
And
Let's turn injuries off. I'm
people
sick of it.
say, so I heard someone say, an ex NFL player actually, he said, and I don't blame the NFL for doing this, but they don't really hit in practice no more. Like they're very hands off. They're very, just run through the plays, two-hand touch kind of thing. Essentially, the only hitting they're doing, like real hitting, is during the games. So it's safer and healthier for the players long term, but in terms of bodies during the game, during the season,
Oh, I see what
they're
you
they're
mean.
they're more frail because they're not used to it. They're not built up to it.
Yeah.
That's like if you were, if you didn't work out at all and you just went to do a 5K, like you're gonna get injured.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so I heard someone say that the other day, and I thought that was a brilliant point. But I think that's another thing too. Like, I think, with running becoming more of a thing and injuries going up, I think it's just a lot more, likely that your starting quarterback will get injured at some point, as opposed to back in the day where these guys were like 5 years, nobody.
Iron Man. Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Man, like Big Ben, Eli Manning, Rivers, like those guys, like, bro, they didn't come out
Carson Palmer,
for
like fucking
decades, brother.
Rodgers. Yeah. So continuing on with my point, you look at the Colts. DJ goes out. You got to get Philip Rivers and Riley Leonard, someone you drafted this year. They
Who,
fell off the map.
who'd you say went out?
Daniel Jones. When as soon as the Colts go out,
Oh,
it's
you call him DJ now?
yeah. I refer. You didn't catch it earlier. I called him DJ a little earlier.
That's like your boy.
Yeah. Duh.
Oh, my fault.
You look at Purdy and Mac Jones, and this in a successful situation. He rode the ship.
But he did that.
He had a winning record. He
He
did not
did
look bad
that.
at all, and that kept the Niners season afloat. And their division, probably the best division, if not second best division in the league. They lose 2 games, they might not be in the playoffs. But DJ or Mac Jones coming in and holding the ship, that's valuable. That's an asset. And you look at Burrow and then Flacco comes in. Oh shit, okay, this is something, but then fall off a cliff. Okay, Browning comes in, terrible, and then their season is done. And then the last one, McCarthy. Everybody wanted 9 to do good, but then you got Bowser and Wentz. The teams that don't have these backup quarterbacks fall off a map. And I mean, like with Miami last year, we
So
fell
you're
off
saying,
the
you're
map.
saying, yeah, what you're essentially saying is if you don't have a good backup and your starter goes out, the
Your
season
season
is
could be
out the
done.
window.
Yeah. If you don't have the right guy as a backup,
That's huge.
not only as a starter, but as a backup, your season could be. We saw it. The Vikings, they were 14-3 last year. They just made it to 500.
Yo,
It's
JJ
all that time.
McCarthy is more injury prone than a fucking newborn baby, my boy.
Hey, we've seen it down in Miami. Your quarterback doesn't get healthier. He gets worse.
That boy is more injury prone than motherfucking Anthony Davis, my boy.
And nowadays, you don't even really bat an eye when it comes to a player tearing an ACL because the return when they return, it's very similar to what
That
it
shit
is
seems to get faster and
technology.
faster too.
So hearing him go out that first year with that injury was kind of like, damn, all right, he'll be back. But he's gotten hurt 3 times this
He
year.
just began random little dumbass injuries.
I don't know.
I know James be heated.
Oh, I'm sure he is. Final category. What was your favorite moment of the year?
Bruh, I've been waiting for this. I forgot the exact week, but my favorite moment was the death of the Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid dynasty. And that moment was the game versus the Houston Texans. I believe that was the game before Mahomes got injured. And technically, they still somewhat had a chance after that game. But if you watched that game, you knew that was it. That was
Yeah,
the end. That was the marker that symbolized this is the end. Not just for this year, but just for this run. And I'm not saying Mahomes can't have another run, but just for this specific run, this era, this generation
this
of Chiefs greatness is over.
this 7-year run is done.
It's over. It's finito. It's done. And man, I celebrated. I rejoiced. I was a Texans fan that night, and they did the job.
Do you think what's the way do you think they can bounce back, in your opinion?
So they've tried to draft running back since Mahomes has been there. They've gotten a couple of guys, but I think they need to get a big name in free agency at running back. Doesn't have to be, top two guy, but just get a big proven name in free agency. Um, in the draft, you probably gotta go defense, and then I think in free agency, you gotta try to get a receiver, running back, maybe an O line. I think free agency attack the offense, and then draft defense. They always draft a great defense. They just started letting them go for whatever reason.
Well, money.
There it is.
I think this goes back to what we talked about. Biggest lesson. Their drafts have been only good, not great, to sustain this. Because
Right.
what you're telling me is like, yeah, they need to go spend some bread. They need to go spend some money. But
Yeah,
it's
because they ain't
players
really
like
been they ain't been hitting in the draft like that.
those receivers, like they're good. They're good. But that's not gonna win you
Clyde
games.
Edwards-Helaire,
He was a miss.
decent.
It was
Pacheco, decent.
he had
Kareem
that
Hunt, decent.
let's not discredit
Xavier
Kareem
Worthy, decent.
Rashid Rice. Pretty good. Okay.
Pretty good. He actually has Pro Bowl potential, but
Well, we're
yeah,
not talking about 2, 3 years. We're talking about right now.
no, they need something right now.
Now they've drafted good players like Karlaftis. Like I like him a lot on that defense.
Defense, they've drafted great. They've drafted great. Whether that's been,
Chris Jones is a year older. Yeah.
McDuffie, Snead, Kalafkas, but yeah, I think offensively they got to go spin the bag. Um, and I think he just got to hang it up. I don't know about for him, but I think just for the Chiefs, I think that it'd be good for them to just move on. Get another
Yeah.
tight end in there.
I don't see him being like a third tight end on the team. You know what I mean?
And bro, think about it. He's got it all.
Yeah.
Just top five podcasts, fucking superstar girl. Like, come on, you got it all. So I don't really know if he
He's
needs.
gonna kill it after football. I mean, he's killing it now, but
He's already doing it. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. My favorite moment of this season was the benching of Tua. Tua's error coming to an end.
I'm proud of
Tua's
you. Hey, I'm so proud of you.
Tua's era coming to an end, seeing the rapid decline of throughout this season
Wow.
has been very tough to watch. I pull for him. I fight for him.
What was it though? Why?
I
Why
think
did
it's a
that
com
happen?
I think it was a combination of things. I think physically he's a lot different. I think he can't
Like that
move.
shit started catching up, all them injuries and shit.
I think injuries started really catching up. He is getting older. He's not old. He's 26, 27. But for his
In
injuries,
football years, he's like 30, 38.
I think that has to do with it. I think a lot of the pressure of having so much written on you from the whole organization is behind you, and that I
He
think that
been
weighed
through a
on him.
lot, bro. From Brian Flores to the concussion era to now.
I think that read a lot on him. I think he was very less confident in himself. You could tell on the football field, but the number one thing that
Please.
he was
No, no, no. Yes. What's the number one reason?
well, now you're making me
No, no,
rethink.
no. What's the number one reason for Tua's fall off? We don't gotta think too hard. Or
Wait, let me finish you because you're going. I think you might be going a different direction. The thing he was elite at, anticipation, accuracy, the thing that made him a good quarterback was gone. He no longer could fit those
what?
throws in
No,
those
no.
windows.
What made him a good quarterback? No, let me ask you this. Who made him a good quarterback?
McDaniel.
Wrong again. Who made Tua a good
No,
quarterback?
you can't say Tyreek, bro.
Who made Josh Allen a good quarterback? Who made Patrick Mahomes a good quarterback?
I don't know. You tell me.
Just look, it's simple. Tua was mid. Tyreek gets there, he's great. Tyreek leaves. Tua goes back to being mid. Of course, McDaniel, everything you're saying is true, but I think the Tyreek Hill component has gone under the radar. But if we're gonna give Tyreek all the credit for elevating Tua, come on, bro.
I mean,
Obviously, when you don't have a top three receiver, because when he's healthy, he's that, it's gonna hurt.
the thing is with that, and
And you know
I
that
will,
offense looks so much different without
I
him. It
will.
looks
No, it
it does.
does. It does. I think you put Tyreek on any team, it's going to look different. I fully believe that. But when it comes to production, I don't think it's that much of it's. I know for a fact it's not that much of a drop off for Tua's production. Now, yes, the game plan is more towards Tyreek when he is in, yes. But when it comes to numbers, it's not a huge difference. But no, I do not think that's it at all
You're
because
crazy.
we've
I
seen
think numbers actually prove me right. He went from NFL passing leader, and Tyreek had an all-time great season.
so you think
I
you
think
think
Tyreek is about 50% of why he fell off. 25 McDaniel, 25 the physical, mental.
okay, all right, blame pie. All right, I like this. Blame pie.
Or maybe we could rearrange those numbers, but I think
Yeah, let's
Tyreek
do this.
is
Let's do this real quick. Blame pie for Tua. I'm gonna blame confidence, physical thing, 50%.
okay.
Ability, perform
25
like
and 25,
I like that. Because McDaniel lost confidence in Tua. And
which made him
yes, yes. 50 physical, mental, and him breaking down. 25 no Reek, 25 McDaniel.
perfect.
I like that. I can live with that. I
Well,
don't have
that's
to
I
argue
think we
that.
just solved it.
So yeah, that was probably my favorite moment of this year. Yeah, it is very cynical, very not negative, but
Oh my.
that's not like
No,
me
no, 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 no.
to
But
do
as a
that.
fan, it was huge to see.
Yes, I'm just done. We have to flip the page. He is supposed to be on another team, whatever the logistics and all the money shit. You got to do it. We're already asked. What's another, you know, season or two of being
And it
mediocre
was
again?
like, oh, good. The franchise has a backbone.
When they benched him, it was like, okay, now they're serious.
Yes, it was a
Finally, we
turning
take off
point.
the gloves and go at it.
I agree 100%.
But I mean, I'm saying all that, and I like Tua. Like
I
I
know.
wanted Tua to be that guy. I
You
like
like
him as a
Tua, but
guy.
you're a Dolphins fan.
Yeah,
It's bigger than just Tua.
we
Yeah.
have to move on. That 2023-22 season were seasons I will remember forever. But
Rest
that
of our
player,
lives. Rest of our lives.
that player is not what we see 3 years later.
That's the
He's just
best
not.
Dolphins. That's the best Dolphins we've seen in our lives with
Yeah,
our eyes.
yeah. I know people want to discredit it, but he led the league in yards, QBR. He was a top in touchdowns. I mean, that offense changed the game, and he was the
Just name
leader
me
of it.
what other great offense scored 70. Mahomes never did it. Goff never did it. Stafford never did it. I just want to know.
And if you remember when you watched the game, like they could have scored more, but they had backups in the fourth quarter.
Oh, and they were playing Sean Payton, by the way,
Yeah.
a
Yo,
legendary coach.
you know what's crazy is, and going into the off season, I'm not going to go into the whole Dolphin thing right now, but the fact that Steven Ross, the owner, tried to bring Peyton to Miami with bribing him with whatever the deal he wanted to give him, and for him to choose Denver and see what Denver's doing now. See what they're the one seed in the AFC 2 years later.
He turned that shit around pretty quick.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
And that was all him, bro.
He fucking drafted O line. What can you name more than three weapons on Denver? And none of those guys are getting paid. All the money is on the defense and the offensive line. That's how you build teams.
Yeah, they
And
got
he
some
fucking
studs on
did it.
defense. They got some studs on defense now.
Hell yeah, bro. Benito, um, the
Hufanga.
the Hufanga, like yo, they're
PS2.
stacked.
Yeah, no,
They're
they go
stacked.
Greenlaw, they go crazy. They go crazy on defense.
But yeah, this was a fun season. I can't wait to go into the playoffs.
This
And yeah,
season was different, bro. This season was tight mid.
really, bro, I thought this season, I mean, every season you got to take as is rather than what you hope for. And it's, man, this story of this season was
It's just
injuries fucking kick ass. Let's
yeah.
turn injuries off. Our team was booty, which we thought. But yo, we got the emergence of why the fuck did Tennessee ever fire Mike Vrabel? He had a 1 year rebuild and now has a potential MVP on his team.
And the 1 seed.
You look at Jacksonville, this guy that was an OC for you, that was an OC for Tampa, said, "Yo, I'll go to Jacksonville. You get rid of the GM and bring someone else in. Bring someone else in. They're 13-3. They're the best they've ever been in the history of Jacksonville. This is record-wise the best team."
Yeah, I think this season was just like one of those like parody seasons. One of those like off years. Cause like you're realistically would never call any NFL season mid. You can't. It's just
No, you
you couldn't
can't.
do it. But if we just whipped out the timeline and looked at the greats of the great seasons, this wouldn't be one of them.
Injuries.
Because this is like when Milwaukee won the championship in the NBA. Like it was amazing to see. It was dope. But when we got Allen, Burrow, Mahomes, when we got all that Jackson, all that stuff going on, that's when it's peak. When everyone's
Yes,
healthy, when
I
the
agree with that.
top, you know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And it's still super dope to see this though. I don't want to see every season be one of those crazy seasons either.
But yo, what I think this season, going off what you just said, what I think this season can do for our future is huge because we wouldn't have this discussion without having Burrow, Lamar, um, Pat in this season. One of these guys, one of these quarterbacks, one of these teams could emerge into those conversations for
No,
for
that second
future
wave,
years.
listen, that second wave after Jackson, Burrow, Allen, and Mahomes, they're here.
Yeah, this is
And,
where those guys elevate.
and like they calling them Unk now. Like they're here. They're not waiting. Like it's their turn. I don't think Josh Allen's gonna get it done this year. I think one of
Nah,
that second crop, which is like Drake May, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams. We could throw Jalen Hurts in there, like Justin Herbert. That second wave, they're here. CJ Stroud, they're here.
yeah,
I
y'all.
think one of those will get it done.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. Anything else you want to add? That's all we got.
Nah, man, it was a great season. Another great season here. Hits and hoops. Appreciate everyone who's been watching. And playoffs. I got that shit
Playoffs,
written down on my
playoffs,
calendar, boy.
playoffs. Yeah, I can't wait, man. And we'll enjoy the playoffs, and we'll be talking during the games. I'm sure. Be a lot
Yeah,
of phone
for sure.
calls Saturday and Sunday, but I'm gonna holler at you. Everybody, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And thanks for listening. I'm gonna holler at you, Cheech. Adios.
Hits and hoop season.